This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News, joined by Frank Smith immediately after the Rhiannon and Dixon, Terry Harper, during even, press conference. Here we are. Frank, how you doing?
Yeah, very good, mate. How are you? Bit cold.
It is a bit cold in here, but here we are. A little bit fiery there between Rhiannon and Terry. Wasn't quite expecting that one.
No. Sometimes that's what a fight can bring out, though. Between the two of them. But like I say, fair play to them both. It's a real fight between the two of them. And credit to both of them for taking this fight.
What are you expecting to see from both women when they step between the ropes on Saturday night?
Look, I think they know what it means. Rhiannon Dixon won the world title. She's going straight in there in a real fight against Terry Harper, like I said up there. Terry Harper, this is the moment in her career where, like she said, if she doesn't win this fight, this could be her last world title fight. She's done great things in her career. She's been in there against great names, Cecilia Brackhouse, Alicia Baumgardner, Sandy Ryan. She's taken the fight. She's never shied away from the fights. Two-weight world champion. It's a real fight that both of them are in for.
It's obviously a lot of young talent on the card. Who do you expect to see kind of look to steal the show? Who are you most looking forward to seeing back out?
I think Peter McGrail's a great talent who we believe can go all the way. He had that hiccup in the road against Jericho Quinn, but Brad Foster's a great fight for him. Giorgio Visioli's had some tremendous knockouts early in his career. Hopefully he carries on with those. It's a whole host of talent on the card though as well. Jimmy Sains, George Liddard, Ibrahim Spider Silliman, Galal Yafai's having his 8-round fight prior to the Sonny Edwards fight. It's a stacked card, top to bottom, and excited for it.
Yeah, a few people at the back there were questioning if Galal had been Frank. A few people questioning if Galal had been pulled from the card because he wasn't here today.
No, he hasn't been pulled from the card. No.
Just thinking maybe make sure no injuries were to take place, but yeah.
Unless I don't know. But no, I don't think so.
I was going to say, if you don't know Frank, then I wouldn't know. Just away from that, obviously, I'm sure you've seen, and I've asked Eddie this to ask yourself, critics of UK shows. Now, this isn't just with Matchroom, it's across the board, across all promoters and broadcasters, but sticking with the theme of Matchroom as you work with them. What's been your thoughts on that criticism aimed towards Matchroom?
Yeah, I think anyone can spin a narrative that they want to. We haven't had the ideal summer. When you look at August 24th, should have been Jack Catterall against Regis Prograis, a tremendous fight, got delayed. September 28th should have been Dalton Smith, John Fernandez with Johnny Fisher on the card. Obviously, we all know what happened there. We've got multiple delays. October 26th, we've got a tremendous night with that Jack Catterall fight rescheduled against Regis Prograis. November 30th, Sonny Edwards against Galal Yafai. I think we've got the two best shows in British boxing this side of the year announced already, but from in our shows. I think we're always under pressure, and all promoters are, to continue to delivering. Riyadh season's doing great things for the sport of boxing, but we need to ensure we're delivering high quality shows. We're under pressure from DAZN to do that as well, but I think you see Galal Yafai, Sonny Edwards being a perfect example of a fight where we've really pushed to make that happen. It's an important fight. Two Brits coming together, two fighters in our stable. So we know what we need to do to keep the British boxing landscape moving.
So Riyadh season events are always great and stacked cards with a number of top talented fighters, but do you see the concern of seeing so many well-known names and established names in the divisions going out there into different events, not boxing under the Matchroom banner solely, if you will?
Yeah, when you've got such packed cards with so much talent on, of course it's going to take away. There's only so many fighters out there. Even with 3 broadcasters in the sport, it already reduces, that. So when there's the added element of the Riyadh season, it's going to take fighters away. But that's where we got to focus on making real fights, great fights between fighters, and that's our aim to do so.
Sticking with the theme of Riyadh season, obviously we had a press conference yesterday, which there was a couple of rants which taken place, but one which really kind of stole it all was Chris Eubank Jr. Now we've seen him and Frank Warren come to kind of retracting their statements, which was put out on social media. But in the moment, what did you make of everything which Jr. aimed towards yourself, to Eddie, to Frank, to Kalle Sauerland?
Obviously from a personal level, probably not the forum for me to handle those things. If I'm honest, I'd love to give you a headline, mate, and do some views, but I'm not going to go tit for tat and probably one on a personal level I deal with personally and have
spoken to him personally.
No, I haven't spoken to him. I will speak to him, I'm sure, in Riyadh. He says things he's probably pushed as well. He's his own man, but there's a lot of people in that group of people that will be part of this narrative and fed these pieces. But here's what it is. I'm not going to read into it too much. I'm not going to go tit for tat. It's like a shit reality TV program, isn't it? But yeah, not too much. I won't give it too much energy.
Obviously seemed at times like Frank Warren weren't too best pleased by it all either.
No, look, I understand all these people. If you're making these claims about people, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. He can say what he thinks about me. That's fine. He's never said anything to me personally in my life. I've never said anything about him personal. Everyone can say whatever they want to say, but you have to obviously deal with the the comeback of that. And I'm sure, like we saw last night, that they dealt with it. So hopefully that's the end of it.
Surprised that there was a retraction in terms of the statements with Frank, but obviously yourselves, Eddie and Callum, not mentioned.
No, everyone else was mentioned apart from myself. I think he apologised to Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn and Callis Howland, but I'm the only scumbag left in the mix.
Frank, just moving away from that, I just want to get your thoughts and sticking with the theme of Junior. Obviously, he mentioned Conor Benn. What's the latest with Conor, his appeal? I know that I was told August time he was meant to have had his appeal. We haven't had any kind of information shared since then.
Look, I think very soon there will be news out there. I've said that a million times, but very soon there will be. We're getting towards the end of it. I hate putting timescales on it because every time we put a timescale on it, which is something we're told by the various parties involved, and it's not hit, it's like, you said this. So it's easier just to say very soon we're getting to the end of it, and we are. I'm confident you'll see Conor Benn back in the ring very soon.
Will that news be the outcome of what that appeal was, or will it be just discussing what fights are going to be lined up and what?
What is allowed to be said? Like again, it's a ongoing legal matter. I can't go into detail of it. But as soon as we got news as to when he can be back fighting, he'll be back fighting, and we'll have it announced.
Just on the theme of Beterbiev-Bivol, I know you've been very close with Adam Corner. Love you would do some great work together as a team. How confident are you that he will defeat and he will become undisputed champion against Artur Beterbiev?
Very confident. I think Beterbiev, he's getting older. He's had a lot of time out the ring. He's had a lot of injuries. I think Bivol's in the prime of his career. I think every time he steps up in level, he shows that he belongs to be there. With the Canelo Alvarez fight, what a performance there. He'll do the same against Artur Beterbiev on October 12th. It's going to be a massive win, an undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world.
Just final one on Anthony Joshua. Obviously going to be a lot of talk about what's next for him, Frank. We caught up after the show, but we've seen kind of Deontay Wilder's name floated about a little bit. It doesn't necessarily seem to be the front runner, but do you think there's maybe a bit more legs behind it now?
Look, I think the focus is he wants the biggest fights possible in the sport. That Saturday night wouldn't have changed that. He wants to be involved in big nights. He wants to keep improving, and there's big things ahead. He had a meeting yesterday with Eddie and Turki Al-Sheikh, which you would have seen on social media. So let's see what's next. It was 4 days ago, the fight. It's all very fresh, but you'll see him involved in big fights in 2025, that's for sure.
What do you think he wants? Do you think he's going to want to go straight back in for Daniel?
He's the only person who can say that. Knowing him as a person he is, he went straight back in there against Andy Ruiz. He went straight back in there against Alexander Usyk. The Tyson Fury opportunity could be there after the Usyk fight. There's so many opportunities in the heavyweight division. There's so many fights that we want to see, regardless of results. That I think let's just see how it plays out. We have said it a few times. We've done so much talking over the years and about fights that then don't happen, that it disappoints people. So all I know is that AJ as a person wants to be involved in the biggest nights in the sport.
I know you got to shoot because you got to fly over to watch Sandy Ryan vs. Michael Mayer. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, mate. Good to see you.